What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. For today's tutorial, we're going to be doing a #1 high fade. This is the end result right here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys hit that sub button to support the channel. So for the beginning of the haircut, we want to take our #1 guard and just get rid of all of the bulk on top. Make sure that you account for different growth patterns and you take your time when taking down the top. So for the first guideline, what we're going to do is we're going to grab our soft trimmers, my trimmers that are not zero gap. They come straight out of the box like that. We're going to attack that temple area, the beginning of the hairline, right above the C-cup area. The C-cup area is just everything that falls below that guideline. It's kind of creates like a C curvature for the hairline. And we're going to go there from the start of the temple to the back of the occipital bone. The occipital bone is just the bone that protrudes in the back of the head. Every single client will have a different size shaped head, so make sure you guys account for that and you guys just adjust according to your client. Also notice how I'm setting that guideline. I'm giving myself about a finger of room to go down with the machine. I'm not getting rid of all that bulk. So this is just a technique that you guys can use to know exactly how much to shave from that area, because a big thing is that if you guys would have just taken down all that bulk, you guys don't really know how high up to go with the shaver, and just doing this will organize our work. Now the next step is to open up our lever. We're going to set a 1-finger guideline. Every single guideline after this will look identical. The good thing for this video, guys, is that we're only setting one guideline because it is a #1 guard on top. If this was a #2, guys, you guys just have to set one extra guideline. I have another video as well with the #2 guard buzz cut. I'll leave a little link at the top of this video just so you guys can refer to that video if you guys are curious on how to achieve a fade with the #2 guard, or also a #3 guard as well. Once our guideline is set, guys, we want to go ahead and polish up that area. Remember, when we set our guideline with our soft trimmer, we left a finger of room for this step so we can repolish it with our hard trimmer, which our hard trimmer, we adjust the blades to make it sharper. The soft trimmer just comes straight out of the box like that. So if you guys didn't know, you guys can make your trimmers a lot sharper by just readjusting the blades. So the next step now is to grab our soft trimmer and just baby tap that line. So move the line just a tiny bit so you can soften it to make it easier on your clipper on the next step to erase that guideline. So what we're going to do is called close to open. We want to close our lever, hit the beginning of the guideline, and open the lever little by little into our guideline, into our levers open all the way. And then we hit the full guideline, and you repeat that process until our line is completely blended. So let's close our lever really quick. This means our clipper is in its sharpest position. Let's hit the beginning of the guideline. You guys just want to barely touch that line. You guys don't want to go any higher. Make sure you guys use a very soft touch. So then we can go ahead and open it really quick. Just one level. The good thing about my Babyless Silver FXs is that they have little notches on the side on the lever, which then locks the lever in place, and you'll get a very consistent cut. You'll know that your lever's in that position. You won't have to play guessing games, guys. Now our lever's in the middle. We're hitting the guideline in the middle. So your lever will be the compass of basically wherever you hit the guideline. When you guys open the lever all the way through, make sure you guys hit the full guideline, then repeat the process again, guys, until you're comfortable with moving on to the next step. What I'm going to demonstrate here on the side, though, is a different method. It's called middle open closed. So what I'm doing here is I'm starting in the middle lever position and I'm hitting the guideline in the middle. I'm not going any higher than the middle part, so then I can open up the lever a little bit and go a tiny bit higher into the fade. So that's just a method that I like using. Personally, for me, I prefer to do middle open closed on the first guideline. It just makes it an easier process for me. I get a darker fade when I start in the middle. You guys go ahead and let me know what you guys try down below in the comment section. After we blend out this line, the next step is going to be to repeat the process using our half guard. So the half guard, I approach this a little bit different, guys. I want to start in the open position The half guard open is almost a 1 guard, so by starting open, we're just playing it safe and conserving the darkness of the fade. And a good tip when you guys are blending, you guys can see my left thumb, I'm pushing the skin down. So sometimes with the half guard, it's hard for your clipper to get just into the hair. Just by creating that pressure with your other hand, it's just gonna make it easier for your clipper to be on point. So right there, my lever's in the middle, and I'm hitting the guideline in the middle. Now I'm gonna close it a little bit and hit the beginning. So this is called lever play. So your lever, if it's closed, you want to hit the beginning of anything. If it's in the middle, you want to hit the middle of the guideline. If it's open, you want to hit the full guideline. So that's the rule of thumb. And just by knowing that, you'll be able to attack dark spots and you'll just be able to blend better, because at the end of the day, you guys have to be using your vision to get rid of those dark spots. Now to get rid of that bottom line, which is probably the hardest thing to do as a barber, is to get rid of that first guideline and just to make it look really crispy. So we're gonna go down with the grain with our babyless skeletons, then just repolish that area. Remember, we left a finger of room, so you guys only have a finger. You guys don't want to go any higher than that. So then we can get rid of it with our soft trimmer. So notice how I'm just going very lightly down with the grain, because I just want to see the visible guide of what I can shave and what I'm not supposed to shave. What saves me time too is when I use my Bronze Series 9, I don't really have to go in there and get rid of all that bulk with my trimmer. This is a very powerful shaver, and right there I'm using my pinky to show you guys that I'm not going higher than that 1 finger of room we left in the beginning of the video. So every single step is very detrimental, guys. You guys have to make sure you guys stay on point with organizing your fade in the beginning, because it's gonna set you guys up for a nice clean fade. Now for the lineup, guys, you guys can see my client. You know, we always joke around and we say that he has a McDonald's hairline. You know, he does have a little Mickey D's in the front of his lineup, but we gonna make him look like fucking like T.I. after this lineup. You know, so we want to start in the center, then attack the corners after the center. So then we just have the top corner to line up. After the top corner is lined up, we have a solid rough draft of our hairline, and we can repeat the process in the other side. Once you're done with that, you guys want to take a step back and see if the lineup is nice and straight. If it's straight, let's go ahead and start razoring it. And if your client likes enhancements, go ahead and throw a little bit of enhancements, but make sure that your lineup is crispy before the paint application. So for the paint application, guys, I'm using semi-permanent dark brown paint by Tomb 45, as well as their wireless compressor. I used to use a wired compressor. It's just a lot easier to have a wireless compressor, it's just more convenient. And a good tip when you guys are working with shorter hair, you guys want to just spray as light as possible, because as you guys can see, it does stand out more than usual. After you guys apply the enhancements, you guys just want to retouch it with the straight razor, go on the corners, and then I'm using some stain cleanser right there, because again, it's not going to apply perfectly. You guys have to kind of just blend it with the hair. So I apply some stain cleanser and then I brush it down to try to create the most natural look for my client. Now this is the before and this is the after. I revived my man's hairline. I gave him a nice clean high fade. Big shout out for my man Ozzy. He's been supporting me since I've been cutting hair in the backyard. He was the first person to ever give me $100 bill for a service. I really appreciate everyone that supported me thus far on the channel. I'll see you guys next week for more haircut videos. Peace.